Hello, my darlings. Welcome to Week's Tarot Guidance. Welcome all of you that are new and all of you returning today to this channel. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. And if you're interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, check out the Etsy shop in the description box and in the pinned comment down below. So in today's reading, we're going to be looking into their hidden late night thoughts towards you, and we're going to get channeled messages from your person around that situation. So we have three different groups to pick from for today's reading. There's also going to be an extended connected to this reading, which is covering their 18 plus hidden channeled late night thoughts about you, which is posted on Patreon. The link to that extended reading is down below. You can follow the same group that you've picked on this reading on Patreon, or you can pick another different group on Patreon. The groups are changeable, so if you feel like you're resonating or being called to a different group, that is also possible, right? So the link is down below if you want to check it out. So let's go into the groups. So group number one, you have this amazing, beautiful Romanticism card with Neptune over here. For group number two here, we have Nostalgy. And we have the moon representing group number two today. And then for group number three, we have calling back and the moon energy or the lunar energy in Sagittarius over here, representing you, group number three, for today's reading. So these are the three groups you can pick from for today's reading on their hidden channeled late night thoughts about you. So feel free to pick more than one group if you feel like you want to do that. You can also pick for more than one person. The timestamps are down below in the description box and in the pinned comment below this video. So yeah, let's get into this. Pause the video right now if you feel like you need a bit more time, and I'll see you all in your groups. Hello, group number one. Welcome to today's reading. So you have picked Romanticism with Neptune here as your card. So we're going to tap into their late night hidden channeled messages for today's reading. There is also an extended reading connected to this one posted on Patreon, and the link to that is down below, which is covering their 18 plus hidden channeled late night thoughts. If you're interested in that, check out the link and follow the link down below. So let's get into this. We're going to draw a couple of additional cards for you. Then we're just going to call in your person to see what is coming through for them. So I'm just going to use the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. We have Take a Walk showing up for you. Let's see what else. Wow. Let's see what else. Dream Journal showing up for you. We're going to take one more from this deck. What else? For group number one, we have Connect with Crystals. Amazing. All right, on the bottom we have Ground Yourself. Very cool. So I'm just going to draw additional tarot cards for you. I'm just going to point the tarot cards at myself. These cards can remain pointed towards you. Yeah, so let's see, connecting to group number one's person fully. Let's see what wants to show up for their hidden late night thoughts today. What's going on here? We have mental conflict. The Two of Swords showing up. Not sure if you can see fully. The Two of Swords showing up here. We have Five of Swords, conflict and defeat showing up for you as well. I'm not sure if you can see. Let me just reposition the light maybe a little bit better. So Five of Swords. As said, the cards are going to be just pointed towards me as I'm channeling, and then we're just going to point them towards you. We have hope here, number 17, Major Arcana. So the Sun card, yes, or the Star. Oh my gosh, I confuse myself. Which one is it? The Star, I feel. Yeah, it's the Star. So hope, the Star energy. I always want to say this one is the Sun because the imagery is like the Sun. So let's see what else. Channeled messages. Okay, we have awareness showing up, the Magician. And I want to take one more for your person. We have the Crown Chakra showing up for them. Interesting. Okay, this one, wow, this one landed here. We're just going to remember that. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, we have Love Begins, the Ace of Cups. Okie dokie. So, you know the drill if you're, not new. If you're new here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to connect to your person's energy, and then I'm going to start speaking from their first person perspective. Let me just maybe zone you in, zone you out a little bit more. And yeah, we're going to connect to them. I'm going to start speaking from the first person perspective, just kind of vibe with what wants to be said. Then I'm going to direct these cards, the tarot cards, towards you, and we're going to see a little bit further if, additional messages want to come through for you, right? So let's go. Let us go. Okay, so connecting fully to group number one's person now, calling them in. There's just going to be a brief pause, and then I'm just going to start speaking from their first person perspective. Okay. So calling them through a tuning, I'm immediately feeling a strong blockage in my throat, which is interesting. Wow. Okay. I struggle to make sense of this relationship. I feel like I'm a mentalist when it comes to this connection. I'm trying to be the mentalist when it comes to this connection. I'm trying to figure this out, but I don't know where to begin, where to go, what to do. I just feel like I can't figure myself out. I can't figure you out. I like taking walks late at night to help clear my head from this connection. And late at night when I take my walks, I like to daydream about us. I like to daydream about our relationship. I like to daydream about possibilities. I like to dream as I am walking around. I like to look at buildings as I'm walking around. There's a certain nostalgia when it comes to that. When it comes to like being outside late at night looking at buildings. Yeah, I really like walking around, collecting memories, thinking back on when I walked those same paths, those same streets with you, thinking back on the nights we spent together, and thinking forward on the possibilities of walking these same paths with you again, a different person. So one could say I am a bit of a romantic, one could say I'm a bit nostalgic, one could say I am a dreamer as well. I really feel there's a specific type of energy or type of vibe when I am around at night where, where's like no one there, or maybe one or two people outside at night. I really like to take these walks late at night and just kind of ponder on this relationship. Not that I'm getting anywhere, mind you, I'm not really getting any understanding out of these walks, I'm guessing, or maybe it's just subconscious understanding, but I like to walk around. I like to just ponder, give myself some time to process. Taking a walk at night really helps me process things as well. Clears my head a bit, even if in that time and place. I don't feel necessarily a change. I just feel a great deal of emotions overtaking me. I'm still quite confused about our relationship. I still have hope. I still have a strong will to continue things. I know that I need to ground myself, or I need to work on being more grounded, being more aware of the part I get to play, I have to play in our relationship. I can't help but romanticize things. I think it's a bit of a disease that I have. Like, my disease is romanticizing things. I really love it, especially late at night. There's a special atmosphere then. I love walking, looking at the moon, and it puts me in a specific mood, a dreamy, romantic mood, but also a mood in which I'm lacking something, like a limerence, less like a longing mood, and I love it. There's certainly something magical about that, and it makes me reflect on things in my life, my childhood. It makes me reflect on poetry and the books that I've been reading, and it makes me want to write poetry as well. It makes me feel more connected to the world as well, and to you, especially when I look at the moon, and I always kind of remember. I'm not sure if it's a quote from a movie or a book, or where I heard this before, but I kind of remember hearing and reading somewhere, like when I look at the moon, I kind of imagine you looking at the moon as well. And I got that concept somewhere from media, from books, or just from reading it somewhere. It's kind of a collective thing, isn't it? Kind of looking up at the moon and wondering if another person that's close to you is looking at it as well. It just puts me in this reflective energy, kind of slows me down, makes me wonder things, makes me wonder about you, makes me wonder about the universe, makes me wonder about this relationship and where it's going, and what is the meaning behind all of this. What are we dreaming into reality? I get very contemplative late at night, just thinking about these things. And thinking about our disagreements, I like to bring up certain disagreements that we've had late at night as well, and just kind of think about them. Think about what I could have done differently. I would never reveal these things to you. I feel like I can't really talk about them to you. Just feels like it's too private. I want to keep it to myself, mostly. Maybe in time I will reveal more of this to you, but it's a very tender, soft part of me that I like to nourish. I know we had our differences. I know we had disagreements. I know our paths haven't been easy to walk. I know we haven't had easy upbringings, easy life. I still can't help but wonder, what if? What if we make it work? What if this happens? What if we get together? What would it be like if, what if? I can't help but wonder and dream about the what ifs in our relationship. And I can't help but wonder, about you and your purpose in my life. You being this witchy girl with crystals, and you being this witchy, interesting person, someone who connects with crystals, someone who is so connected to nature, someone who may be doing spells or tarot or whatever it is that you're doing, You're interesting to me. I kind of want to continue growing with you, but at the same time, I'm afraid of what that means. I'm afraid of giving up too much for this relationship. That's my biggest fear. That's something I like to wonder about as well late at night. I like to not think about, certain things, and those things like come up late at night. I kind of allow them late at night, I like to allow more of an emotional space into my life when it's late. I like to allow more emotions in when things are still, and in the early morning as well, when people are still sleeping. There's a certain charm to that. And yeah, I like to wonder about you and about me and about my, I guess, role here. Am I meant to do more? Am I meant to do something else? I like to wonder if I'm being stubborn. And I like to question myself around what I'm doing in this life, especially with you. Like, what am I creating with you, Because often in the day-to-day, I talk to you and it's fun, but I don't wonder about it too much. I don't wonder about what I'm creating with you, which is what I do love to do late at night. And I sometimes end up dreaming about you as well when I fall asleep and go home. I like to dream being awake, and I like to dream being, unconscious, let's say. And sometimes like thinking about you and dreaming about you kind of overlap, and it's amazing when that happens. I also like to reflect in the morning when I wake up on the dreams that I've had about you. I'm not sure if I'm the right person for you. I'm kind of like in this doubt about that. I'm not sure if you're the right person for me either, because you're so amazing, you require a certain person with you, and I'm not sure if I can be that type of person, or if I am that type of person. Can I grow into that person, or am I just resisting growing into that person? Like, those are the type of thoughts I love to think about late at night. And I like to really reflect and go around in circles around these thoughts a lot as well. Because these are questions that are not easy for me to answer to myself. Yeah, I like to dive deeper late at night. But again, these are my hidden things. I wouldn't naturally reveal this to you. And I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry that I'm, so private, so secretive about these things. It's not like I want to be. It's difficult for me to open myself up to be intimate in this way, emotionally intimate. It's much more easier to be physically intimate with someone than this level of emotional intimacy, but it is the emotional intimacy that I actually do crave, not the physical intimacy. I like, clubs and all that. I like to go clubbing. Like late at night, sometimes I do return or am returning from a club, just having fun, having had fun, just, enjoyed myself immensely. And I end up thinking about you, of course, you're always on my mind. I end up thinking about you all the time. And yeah, I miss you, I miss you. I wish you were with me on most nights. Sometimes I'm glad I'm not with you because you trigger me and you annoy me. But at the same time, I'm glad you're where you're at, and I kind of wish you were with me on most days, because it's just more fun with you. Life's more fun with you. And I still want to manifest something more. I know that I'm not, gone or done with this relationship. I still want to see where it's going. I still want to manifest more in this connection. I still want to see more of us. But I'm not sure what exactly that means. So I am a bit confused. I feel like I'm at this indecisive point in my life where I'm just kind of going with the flow and reflecting a lot more on my life, on my purpose, on my value to you, or to me, or to this relationship, or to life itself, to the universe. I'm trying to kind of play a more, or be a more creative and mentally clear individual while carving out this path for myself. You know, like the night, it really makes me feel small. It makes my ego smaller, where in the day-to-day my ego can be quite enlarged, but when I'm in this reflective mode late at night, when I'm just thinking about this connection, it makes me feel small. It makes me feel like I'm just one little cog in the universe doing its part, and it makes me feel a sense of empowerment even, you know, like it makes me feel humble, which is awesome to feel, and I just want you to know that. I'm not sure why I wanted to share that, but I wanted you to know that. This has just been a part of me that I chose to reveal. Let's say my higher self chose to reveal this personally. I would not reveal this to you, at least not easily. You know, I still have trust issues when it comes to this relationship. I'm still not sure how much I can reveal to you and how much is or can be used against me. There's still trust issues which I know are a part of my past, and it's something that I'm trying to work on and heal and work through. So thank you for listening. This has been interesting to share it, let's say, and yeah. I hope you're well late at night, and I hope that when you look at the moon, you also think of me sometimes. That thought just gives me immense pleasure. So yeah, sleep well. I'll see you sometime around. Yes. Oh, you guys, cute, 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 cute. Let's turn this round. Thank you, group number one's person. Wow, I love this. Like, I loved getting in the groove of your person's energy. So deep, so reflective, like so interesting. So interesting. So the love begins card here. Your person still, they're thinking about you. How can I reflect this? What do we want to reflect on, Spirit? Okay, so we have Aquarius energy. And we have some Mercury going on here. I'm not sure if the Magician is actually Mercury energy. It just feels like Mercury is present. So there's a feeling of wanting to communicate their real self, yes, with you, because the Aquarius and Mercury vibes here. There's a very, very melancholy, reflective, contemplative energy that your person is carrying hidden late at night. It's amazing, you know, tuning into this. So lovely. I really loved being in their vibe, in their atmosphere. It's something that I haven't felt for a really long time. It's been cool. But yeah, I feel like your person kind of summed it up. It feels good, you know, when they're walking. I feel like those are the times when they have the most hidden, little subtle, gentle breakthroughs when it comes to your connection. Like especially taking walks late at night, even if they're going from a club to home, or, you know, just taking a little walk. Your person late at night is able to very deeply dive into the subconscious parts of themselves and allow certain emotions to come up that usually don't come up, or usually, you know, it's something that they kind of shut down on the day-to-day basis. So it's like a different person emerges late at night, a more emotionally open person. And I feel like that's a very good fertile ground for them to resolve some things with themselves and get to certain clarity with what they're actually on about in their life and in this relationship. So I definitely feel like that's an amazing thing your person is getting at or doing. So with the star, there's a lot of hope here. With the mental conflict and defeat here, they're still reflecting on how you potentially trigger them and how you guys might have fought before, or potential incompatibility between the two of you is still heavily on their mind. But with hope, hope here is leveling this out. The star energy here is leveling this out. With the focus on blessings and gratitude, and focus on also like looking at the mental emotional trauma that this person was in or had in the times when they were growing up. So it's a feeling of connecting with the light within, finding that light within in darkness, in the night. And there's a energy of connecting to the healing of that trauma, whatever the trauma was, by kind of allowing it through, by allowing through that emotional state. Your person is allowing through trauma, and a resolution of that, which is lovely. And I really enjoyed, their reflections on the smallness, who they are like in the grand scheme of things. That's kind of lovely, because it's kind of diminishing your person's egoic nature, like the human ego in general, which is lovely to tune into. So you guys, that's basically it. That's where I'm going to finish off this reading for today. Don't really feel like I have much more to say. Yeah, there's one more thing that I'm not sure if your person explained well. They kind of, I feel like, mentioned it, but I'm not sure if it was dived into. There's this energy of connect with crystals here. And I feel like that's representing you. So your person, I feel like here with connect with crystals, they see you as this person who is constantly striving, constantly seeking to better themselves, constantly, on some path of self-reflection, self-understanding, self-knowledge. You're always doing something, always working on yourself. I feel like it makes this person unsure if they want to be on the same path with you, or they feel like if they are with you, they need to themselves be doing a lot of internal work as well. So they're not sure if they're up for that, and they're kind of wondering like, am I up for that? With the mental conflict energy here, especially, like, am I up for that? Is this something that I want to do? Pardon me, just positioning my light here. So yeah, they're wondering like, do I want to do this? Is this for me? La la la, all those types of thoughts. But yeah, that's just something that came up here. Like, are they worthy of you? Are they the right partner for you? All kinds of thoughts like that. You also have ground yourself here. I feel like late at night, your person is trying to like ground themselves, especially in the stillness, in that silence where, people aren't running around madly. They can be more rested, and they can ground themselves more with most people at least being asleep. Of course, that's not going to resonate if you live in an incredibly loud country or a town, or for example, if you live in New York, that's constantly buzzing with energy in that area, in certain areas of New York, not all areas. But yeah, it just feels like they ground themselves, so it's easier for them to connect to themselves late at night. All right, so I talked at you for a while now. Thank you for tuning in, you guys. So this is it for the first part. We're going to tap into the second part of the reading on Patreon. We're just diving into additional messages late at night that they might want to share. We're getting, again, channeled love, seductive, 18 plus, erotic messages from your person for the 18 plus around their hidden late night thoughts towards you. If you're interested in that, check out the link to Patreon down below in the description box and in the pinned comment below this video. So thank you for tuning in. If you want to book a personal tarot reading, check out the Etsy shop. It's linked down below as well. Thank you all for liking, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your comments down below, and thank you to all of you who have been donating to this channel. It is greatly appreciated and helps out the channel and my work out a lot. So thank you all for being here, thank you for connecting, and I'll talk to you soon in the next video. Bye. Namaste. Hello, group number 2, welcome to your reading. You have picked Nostalgy with the moon over here for your reading on the late night thoughts, the channeled messages from your person. So this is also going to be an extended reading up on Patreon. In the extended, we're going to be tapping into their 18 plus late night channeled messages. If you're interested in it, check out the link down below. You can follow this group, or you can follow or pick a different group if you feel drawn to that. So let's get into the reading first. So overall, this feels like it's quite a mystical, mysterious energy. We're going to draw a couple of cards first, and then we're going to get into channeled messages from the first person, from your person. So let's get into this. Let's see what else wants to show up here. So I'm using the Sacred Self-Care Oracle to see what else might want to show up for you guys. So let's see what is on group number 2's mind. We have connect with crystals. It's so interesting. This card came up in group number 1 as well. It is carrying such an immensely different energy for you. We have connect with the earth showing up. And one more card, please, for group number 2. What is on their person's mind late at night? We have beauty ritual. And we have pleasure on the bottom of the deck. Amazing. I love this. Okay. So definitely feels like your person is more into self-care, pampering themselves, self-soothing themselves late at night. It's giving this type of energy of more femininity, more pleasure, more like releasing themselves into the flow of the universe and soothing. It just is giving a lot of soothing energy, especially with connect with crystals. It feels to me like your person is trying to soothe their anxiety through this. And with beauty ritual, there's this feeling of making themselves pretty, doing any kind of beauty ritual, even if it's just putting on, you know, a night cream before they go to bed, for example, to not have like dry and flaky skin. So let's see what else wants to show up for you here. So mainly this reading is going to be channeled messages. So we're just going to draw a couple of tarot cards. The tarot cards are going to be pointed towards me at this time. And yeah, I'm going to drag them towards you when I'm done channeling, but I'm going to channel from your person's first perspective, you know, from their first person perspective is what I mean. So let's call them in fully. So calling group number 2's person fully, this one wants to show up. So we have the 6 of Pentacles, material and spiritual prosperity showing up for you. What else? Calling in group number 2's person, what do you want to say? What do you want to talk about in concerning your late night thoughts? We have moving on. What else? Ooh. We have the 4 of Wands, foundation and achievements. Not sure if I said this is the 6 of Swords energy. Moving on. Let's see what else. What do you want to talk about? Ooh, we have Destiny, the Wheel of Fortune showing up. Amazing. I'm loving this it's quite an interesting energy that's showing up. So we also have the sacral chakra, of course. We have the sacral chakra showing up for you guys with pleasure here at the very least, you know. And we have victory and success on the bottom of the deck. Lots of sixes, I do have to say, showing up here. We have 3 number 6 cards, which is interesting. Okay, so, right. So we are going to start channeling now. So I'm just gonna get comfy, and yeah, there's going to be a brief pause after a call in your person's energy, and then I'm just going to start speaking from their first person perspective. The cards are going to be pointed towards me for the duration of channeling, and then after I'm done, the cards are going to be pointed towards you again. I'm going to direct them towards you, and we're just going to reflect on the reading a little bit and reflect on all the cards a little bit, right? So while I'm channeling, I'm also going to take into account all these cards as well. So let's go. Let's call in group number 2's person, calling them in and attuning to them fully. I don't want to admit it. I really don't want to admit it, you know. What I've been hiding from you is that I've been trying to make myself look more beautiful for you and for other people in my life, but mainly it's for you. Like late at night, I like sometimes, not always, but sometimes when I feel like it, I am going to just take care of my skin a little bit. I'm going to, you know, put on a mask. I'm going to do a little bit of skin cleansing, let's say. I'm just going to put on some type of product to make me look more radiant for the next day. So sometimes, that's not always, sometimes I will, you know, just put extra effort into looking good late at night. And that's something that I've really not been telling anybody. That's something that I like to keep to myself, you know. I don't want people to see me as the person who is vain or someone who puts that much effort into their appearance. But I do like it, you know, I do notice a difference in how I'm feeling overall. It makes me feel good to also have that routine going on in my life every now and then, especially if I feel like I need a little bit of a pick-me-up. I feel like I just am going to do some skincare, like minimal skincare, but still skincare. And sometimes I do like to kind of rub my body with stuff just to get those dead skin cells off and things like that, you know. But I don't really want to talk about that too much. I have been trying to focus on glowing up or being just better looking for you in ways that I can. Also like using those things that you put over your teeth, like teeth whitening strips, things like that, you know. When kind of getting into some of these things just because I want to look good for you. I feel like, you know, when I see you, I want to be confident and I want to look good for you. So I've been putting a lot more effort into my own physical appearance late at night when I can and when I feel like it. It's not always going to feel like I want to do that, but sometimes I really, really feel like I want to put in the extra effort into me. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because it's something that I haven't really shared with you before. It's something that you might not know about me. It's nice to share this, even if it's through this type of portal. I feel like it creates intimacy. You get to know me better through this. So I really do enjoy that. But at the same time, this is something that I am a little bit ashamed of in the day-to-day, you know, to admit to other people or to talk to other people about, you know, how much time I spend on my self-care. It's just, you know, it's my foundation sometimes. It's sometimes something that helps me loosen up a bit get ready for bed. Sometimes when I'm especially like worried or anxious about things going on in my life, I like to do that just to kind of settle myself more. It helps ground me. Sometimes late at night I'm also going to open up the window and like smell the fresh air outside, like trying to kind of connect to the earth a bit more. I also am in possession or have a couple of crystals in my possession, and I like to just spend some time with them. That might seem weird to you. I'm not sure. I don't know you enough to know if you know that you would consider that to be weird. But I like to connect with crystals. It helps soothe me as well. And I'm not sure if that's just in my head or if it is really working, but it helps. So I end up doing it a lot. So late at night, sometimes I do struggle with anxiety. I struggle with not knowing how to continue, how to move on, but always I try to progress in some shape, way, or form. I try to be better in some shape, way, or form, so that focus on skincare, that is me trying to be better, trying to take care of myself, to create like a good foundation for my well-being. So this sharing overall, I am not sure why it's all about my self-care. I feel like I want you to know that I am not as strong as I might make myself out to be in our interactions. I'm not as as confident or as empowered or as powerful as I may seem in our interactions. I am a much more balanced person. I guess that's what I want to tell you. I'm much more balanced in my emotions as well. And I feel like personally when I'm with myself more, I am quite an emotional person. I'm someone who feels deeply, especially late at night. There are feelings that come up for me, and I get very nostalgic about past times. I get very nostalgic about what used to be and what could have been. It's almost like this attachment to the past that I have, like almost like a little depressive attachment to the past. But I really kind of relish in it. I enjoy it. I enjoy replaying events, even our events in our head, in my head. I enjoy replaying what could have been in my head, like little fantasies of what could be. I enjoy thinking about how certain situations could have moved in a different direction for the two of us, how our get together, how a certain coffee could have led to a more pleasurable evening, to say the least, to a more passionate, intimate evening between the two of us. I like to imagine drinking wine with you, inviting you to my place, drink wine with you, just chill out on the couch, just talk. I feel like I'm craving more intimacy, like more of a space to really talk and share. But when it comes to that, I end up not doing it. I end up almost like tongue-tied, cat caught your tongue, that in that type of way. It just feels like I cannot speak about some things when I'm face to face, but when I'm alone, I really crave those moments of being more intimately connected to other people, especially you. I feel like there are a couple of things that I would want to share with you. I feel like, I want to share more things with you, especially like these things when I occasionally like do my skincare, and it's not a big deal. I know it's possibly not a big deal, but to me it's such an intimate way and such a personal thing, such a personal thing of taking care of myself, that I kind of want you to know, because it would connect you deeper to me, and that's why I want to know. That's why I want you to know. I want there to be a better balance between the two of us, more harmonious relationship in the physical world. I want to see you more often. I feel like I just don't get to see you often enough. and I don't know where you are moving in life or what you're doing, and I can't help but wonder about you at times and your current achievements and what you're doing and where you are currently located. I really wonder about you a lot late at night, kind of thinking about what is your life like? How do you spend your evenings? Sometimes I am going to kind of go into these more lustful thoughts. Sometimes I am going to think about our intimate encounters or the potential of our intimate encounters, and I'm going to engage in pleasure and self-pleasure through that. And I really do enjoy those times when I really can connect to myself and pleasure myself, but that doesn't happen often. But when it does, I really do enjoy it, and I go into it with all my heart. I'm still optimistic about this connection. Like, I haven't let you go fully. I still think about traveling too. I still want like better times for us, better times ahead, a more committed relationship, a relationship that's more open, more loving. And I do know that I need to make a step towards that. It's just that there's a certain like blockage inside of me, a certain fear, certain anxiety that's not letting me easily step forward. And the voice inside of my head is saying, well, it's not supposed to be easy. But at the same time, it is also quite difficult. So I don't have an excuse for anything, or I don't want to have an excuse for anything that has happened. I want to take responsibility for who I was and the parts that I have played in our relationship. I know that our relationship is something that's not easy, something that, is giving me a lot of life lessons and is teaching me a lot about myself and people. You are a very good mirror of me at times, but overall you mirror my reactivity to people often, and how I am unfair to other people as well as you sometimes. You do help me reflect a lot, especially late at night, and tap into my emotions a lot. In terms of our connection, I still am incredibly optimistic about everything. I'm very optimistic. I'm very passionate about you. I find myself thinking about all kinds of passionate, intimate fantasies that involve the two of us, and thinking about different kinds of scenarios between the two of us. I like to think about those things, especially when I go to bed, and especially as I'm falling asleep. I like to have just this moment of different kind of fantasies, thinking about different kinds of fantasies from 18 plus to, just sweet and tender friendship, platonic fantasies of us just spending time together. I would love to spend some time with you outside in nature. So recently that's been on my mind a great deal, but mostly also like passionate encounters with you. Overall, I am a bit confused about our connection. I'm going to admit that. I'm confused. I'm not sure what exactly is going on, where exactly all of this is going. I'm trying to follow the next steps. I'm trying to go slow and like take one step at a time when it comes to this relationship. And I'm trying not to rush myself, because I know I have the tendency to do that, and it has not gotten me into a good space before. So I still know we deserve success. I still feel we deserve success in this relationship. I still feel like we are going to be successful. And I want to say that I really admire you. I personally wouldn't potentially say this, just face to face, unless it was really called to, but I really admire you, and I love being seen with you. I love being being seen by other people with you. I feel like you are such an interesting person and you look very interesting to me. So I just love to, kind of show myself off with you. And that's also why I want to look good for you, because I want to be on the same level as you are. I want there to be like this balance between the two of us in the physical world. And I want to see you more often. And I know that also means me having to take action towards that and traveling potentially to you and orchestrating something, making sure something happens. But it's just, late at night, it's often just like a wish that I would want fulfilled. I would want more materials prosperity for the two of us, and I would want us to move away from like the difficult, the more murky, dark parts of this relationship, to be able to like turn that into the light. And I'm not trying to be too optimistic here, just to, I don't know what. I'm trying not to be ungrounded. I'm trying to be grounded, but I also want this relationship to be purer. And I know a lot of that also, so like a lot of that responsibility also lands on me. I'm aware of that. I'm so aware of that. I'm sorry if I've ever been unfair towards you or have not really stepped into my highest self, into who I could have been for you. I still want success here, and I love being seen with you, and I love other people seeing us together, because I feel like it gives us power. We could be a power couple in my eyes. We are a power couple in my eyes, in a sense. And yeah, I just have so much passion for you. I am going to like leave this for the next reading, but there's so much passion here. I love to think about you as I pleasure myself, and there are so many fantasies that I have in my head about the two of us that I would want fulfilled. But for now, what I'm doing is I'm taking one step at a time and seeing what is revealed to me along the way. I feel like rushing this relationship has not done me any good before. So I'm just trying to pace myself, even if that means being slow and maybe even tediously slow, even to myself. But I am trying to pace myself and not get ahead of myself. Yeah, I'm going to stop it here. There are a lot more things I want to say to you, but I don't want to get into them too much. I feel like I'm not yet fully understanding all of them myself. I miss us though. Like, I miss connecting to you. I miss talking to you. I miss the playful little laughter and the banter between the two of us, and the chemistry between the two of us. And just spending a loose, gentle evening together. I want that for us, and I like deeply hope it's not just my wishful thinking. Then that this has the potential to turn into a more successful, a more tangible connection, even a union possibly. I wouldn't mind being committed to you more deeply, but I do need to, be more in order with myself, maybe more comfortable with myself, maybe more empowered within myself, to just also be able to hold space for you and for this relationship in my life. I feel like I'm just very clumsy when it comes to relationships. I'm very clumsy when it comes to intimately taking care of someone, especially emotionally taking care of someone, and I'm trying to get better at that. I'm just going to stop it here. I'm not sure what else I can say right now, but I just want you to know that I am thinking about you, that I am not letting you go, that I haven't just fully moved on from you. I'm still thinking about you. You're still on my mind, and the possibility of us coming back together is still heavily on my mind. I have tried. I'm not going to say that I haven't tried letting you go, or I haven't tried like plucking you out of my consciousness, but it just hasn't worked. Your vibe, your mood, your energy still comes back, finds its way back to me, and I still enjoy it. I still enjoy thinking about you. And this is where I'm going to stop talking. And yeah, I'll see you in the extended. I'll really see you in the extended. There are a lot more 18 plus things, erotic things I want to say to you, and I hope I get to go deeper into that in the extended, because that does take a lot of my late night activities as well. Okay, hope you're well, and I hope to reconnect or just to see you soon, or in one way or the other connect to you. All right. Okay, letting go, group number, this person right now. Okay, thank you for communicating, thank you for sharing. Okay, darling, so let's just direct the cards towards you now. Let's go. So I'm just going to reflect a tiny little bit on your person's sharing. What I kind of noticed. So I've noticed that they are trying to really better themselves. There's this like a certain honesty there in their sharing. But what I've also noticed is your person kind of almost like having this tendency of, potentially it's, you know, like self-esteem issues or something like that, but there's this tendency of not trusting themselves to move forward, or not trusting themselves to be able to be in a relationship with you, you know, in a stable, committed relationship. There's a feeling of, I cannot trust myself to be in that type of situation here. And yeah, it's almost like they have trust issues with themselves, which can also like then turn into trust issues with the external world, or get mirrored with trust issues towards other people. But overall here it feels like your person does want to connect to you. There is quite a lot of like nostalgic energy that I tapped into, especially with nostalgy over here. There's a feeling of missing you a great deal. There's a great feeling of wanting to connect, but at the same time there's this feeling of, what if it doesn't work out? What if I'm not able to, you know, take care of the connection? What if it's too much? You know, all those types of thoughts kind of came up to this relationship. Oh my gosh, I can't believe craft came up. Yeah, the relationship really, you know, I feel like it triggers your person at least a little bit, but it almost like it triggers their sense of not being good enough, or their feeling that they're not good enough, the feeling that they need to improve themselves. And there's like this continuous searching for improvement inside of your person, like, I can do this, I can improve this, and there's this continuing improvement that's going on, like these little baby steps. These are bringing you two closer together from your person's perspective, and from the higher self perspective as well. But at the same time, it's like it is taking quite slowly, you know, it's a slow progress. Your person has been learning some life lessons here. They're also like incredibly attracted to you, sexually attracted to you. There's attraction here, there's desire here. There are a lot of fantasies, desires that they have late at night. We're tapping into that in the extended on Patreon. The link is down below if you are interested. But yeah, that's overall the energy of what they, you know, think about what they do late at night. They do like to self-soothe themselves as well late at night through many different, you know, activities. Yeah. And what I also want to mention, like in terms of energy, is a certain strong, very powerful direction towards you that is sexual, that is, you know, very intense, intensely magnetic. That's also something that I have noticed that your person really didn't get into too much. Okay, so that's it for now for this part of the reading, you guys. Thank you for tuning in for this part of the channeling. If you want more, or if you want to connect to more, check out the extended reading on Patreon, just tapping into their extended messages if anything else wants to show up. And most of all, we're going to be tapping into their 18 plus erotic late night hidden thoughts towards you. They're going to be channeled thoughts, channeled messages such as this one. So if you're interested, the link to the extended reading is down below in the description box and in the pinned comment below this video. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you all for sharing your energy. If you want to book a personal tarot reading with me, even an 18+ tarot reading with me, check out the Etsy shop. The link is down below. My email is down below if you want to ask me a question, or if you want to contact me or work with me or anything like that. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for liking this video. It really means a lot and helps the channel grow immensely. And also thanks to all of you who have been donating to this channel. Really helps a lot and means a great deal for you guys to come through and support my work like that. It makes me feel really appreciated and loved. So thank you so much for that. What else do I want to say? In terms of signs, we do have Pisces energy here. We have Jupiter, so it's some Sagittarius / Pisces energy showing up here, which is an interesting combo, to say the least. But yeah, that's just something that I wanted to mention that I forgot to mention before. So I'll talk to you soon. If you are visiting Patreon, I'll see you soon in Patreon. If not, I'll see you through YouTube or through other portals, and I will connect to you very soon. I love you all and have a beautiful day. Bye. Namaste. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. So you have picked Calling Back and the lunar energy in Sagittarius for your cards today. So let us get into this. So first of all, we're just going to tap into some messages here in this reading. Then we're going to get into the channeled messages, and then I'm just going to reflect a little bit on the channeled messages, maybe point out some energies that came out that weren't potentially channeled or talked about through your person. We are going to channel your person from the first person perspective, which is always fun and amazing and really, really enjoyable for me to do. There's also an extended reading connected to this one. It is on Patreon and it's covering 18+ thoughts about you, extended 18+ messages that wanted to come through. So if you're interested, tap into the extended Patreon channeled messages down below. We're also covering just late night channeled messages there, so just the theme is more 18+ and non-censored, of course. So yeah, let's get into this. The link is down below if you're interested in tapping into the Patreon one, but for now let's go into this one. So we have Calling Back here. There's a definite strong energy already coming in about your person wanting to connect, wanting to contact you late at night, having like these little messages written. I'm seeing like very minimalistic messages as well, like, hey, how are you, how's it going, how has it been, like these very minimalistic messages, but them just kind of tapping in. Now I'm hearing, oh, that's not good enough, so they're like, I feel like they are struggling with what type of message to send you or how to contact you. Let's see what wants to show up. So we're going to use the sacred self-care to just see what else wants to show up for you. So for group number 3, please, Spirit, for their late night thoughts, for group number 3's person's late night thoughts towards group number 3, please. So what wants to show up here? Okay, so we have create art. Very interesting. What else do we have? And we have flow like water. Wow. Very cool. I like this energy. It definitely is resonating with the lunar energy in Sagittarius. Let's see what else. Oops. Okay, which one? No, none of them, because there are too many. One more card, please, Spirit, for group number 3's person's late night thoughts, please. Okay, we have connect with fire. Yeah. Oh wow, I'm already feeling this. All right, we have intuition on the bottom of the deck showing up for you for today's reading. So I'm just going to move these here a little bit so there's just a bit more space. Okay, So let's see what wants to show up here. So overall, yeah, that feeling of wanting to connect to you is definitely there. I feel like your person has been in some type of creative expression when it comes to this connection. So they could have been drawing, painting, maybe expressing themselves through dance. For some of you, they could be writing poetry or writing music. If they're more of a musical person, like writing songs about this relationship even, or about this connection, or writing songs that have been inspired by certain feelings from this relationship, from this connection. With the flow, like water energy, your person is trying to go with the flow, but also like this relationship is very steamy for them with the water and with the fire here. So there's like water fire dynamic going on here. There's also an energy of opposites here. What I'm hearing is opposites attract. So I feel like your person is definitely very drawn to you. There could be some feeling of like you being quite different from them, and they find themselves really fascinated by you because of that, very kind of drawn to you, want to explore this connection, which again really feels like that, you know, lunar energy in Sagittarius. There's this wish to explore that I'm tapping into here for you guys. Okay, there's a great intuitive vibe, or a great intuitive feeling that they have about you, that they have about your connection. Let's see what else. We're going to see what wants to come in with the tarot very quickly. But overall, you know, with intuition here as well, and with the lunar energy in Sagittarius, this to me feels like your person wants to see the truth of this connection. Like late at night especially, they find themselves trying to figure this relationship out. They might even write about this or journal about this, or just kind of think about it in their own mind. But they're kind of in pursuit of the truth of this relationship. You know, like they want to understand it. They want to be more straightforward with themselves and with you when it comes to this connection. So that's like the overall vibe that I'm getting here. Yeah. So let's see what wants to show up through tarot for you guys. So let us tap into that. I'm just going to shuffle the deck. The cards are going to be pointed towards me for the duration of the channeling, so that I just am able to tap into the messages a bit more. We are going to take these messages into account as well. So let's see, group number 3 person, please, calling you through. Let's see what you want to say to group number 3 in regards to your late night thoughts, please, your hidden late night thoughts. We have choose wisely, the 7 of Cups. I love it. Already feeling the energy. Okay, yeah. This is some point. This the 2 of Swords, mental conflict. Yeah. These two together, they just kind of buffer up each other. We have disruption, number 16, the Tower. I do have to admit, like, I felt this one. I was like, ooh, this one, exactly, this card is going to come out in group number 3, and here it is. So, what else? The 7 of Wands, stand your ground. Very interesting. Let's get one more. So what else do you want to talk about? Group number 3 person. Ooh, heart chakra. Okay, hi. Hi, darling. Heart chakra energy. Ooh, oh my gosh, I love this. So we have harmony. Harmony. Limbo harmony. The lovers in harmony. In limbo. On the bottom of the deck, we have transformation here underneath the limbo lovers. And the universe underneath that one. Wow, powerful. Okie doke. So the harmony is in limbo. The lovers are in limbo right now. This relationship is in, oh my gosh, pardon me, is in limbo. There might be some chaotic situations going on here. Just some like quite unclear situations, ambiguous situations going on in this connection. So, okay. So what we're going to do, especially if you're new here, I'm just going to explain real quick. I'm just going to call in your person's energy. I'm going to kind of attune to it, like feel into it and see what they want to talk about through me. I'm going to do this in the first person perspective, so I'm going to just start speaking from your person's first person perspective after a pause as I attune, and then I'm just, going to close that, let's say, portal and just direct the cards towards you. And just reflect on it a little bit more. So let's get into this, my darlings. Let's go. So connecting to group number 3's person, fully calling them in. Oh my gosh, wow. All right, so yeah, already feeling it. So calling them in right now, calling them in, fully attuning to them. Oh, you make my heart feel as though it's going to burst out of my chest. I don't know what's it with you. You just make me feel incredibly different than anything I've ever felt before with anybody else. You make me feel like I'm simultaneously on fire and like I'm flowing in some type of substance like water, but it's in a daily life. Especially when I'm with you, but it also does tend to happen when I'm not with you at all. Sometimes it happens when I'm just kind of going about my day, especially like late at night. I'm going about my day, kind of just chilling out after a long day. It's going to happen. I'm going to start feeling these thoughts about you come up, and I'm going to start feeling like my chest is burning, like my body is burning. Whew. Yeah, it's just weird. It's like there's this internal disruption happening inside of myself. It's something that I can't quite explain to myself. And I've just kind of been living through this. Recently, I feel very energetically excited by you. I feel energetically excited by this relationship, by us. I want to get to know you better. I want to explore this connection better. I feel like late at night, I've really just been thinking about connecting to you. I've been thinking a lot about connecting to you. I've been thinking about calling you up. Let's go get a drink. Let's go to a gallery. Let's go to a museum. Let's just do stuff together. I've really been wanting to connect to you and to see if you're interested in hanging out with me. That's basically been my idea. Now I am quite an indecisive person and I get into my head a lot. So I'm also going to second guess myself a great deal when it comes to contacting you, whether or not I should do it, whether or not it's a good thing. I'm just going to second guess myself a lot and then end up not doing it. I see a lot of all kinds of opportunities for us and for this relationship, but again, I'm not sure, like, is it all in my head? Am I just, in this energy or this vibe of wishful thinking, where I'm not really seeing things for what they are, but for what I want them to be. So I feel like there's this internal split inside of me, like a little mental conflict that I'm having with myself, where, I'm kind of tugging myself in two opposite directions. With this connection, there's one point in which I'm just very drawn to you and very attracted to you. And there's another point where I'm just doubting myself and, just choosing to actively ignore everything about this relationship. You still make my body react powerfully to you. You still make my chest burn for you. Like I'm not saying this for drama or for dramatic effect. Like I literally can feel my body burning for you. Like literally when I think about you, my whole heart area just starts burning and radiating, and I don't know what the heck that's all about. I really do adore spending time with you, but I'm not sure if I'm in love or not. I'm not sure if I'm not admitting to myself that I'm in love. I'm not sure what's going on with me. But I can't deny that I'm feeling something very, very powerful with you. I feel something incredibly powerful here, and I feel very drawn to you, and I feel like I want to explore this relationship, and I want to explore the truth of this relationship with you. I want to see what more there is to know in this connection, and I want to see all aspects or parts of this relationship. That's one part of me. And there's another part of me that's so afraid to tap into that and to see all the parts of this relationship. I don't know why I'm afraid though. I don't know what I'm afraid I'm going to uncover, because there's nothing, that I can think of that would make me so upset or so afraid. But at the same time, I'm not sure what I'm afraid of, what type of change, what type of revelation I'm afraid of, but I'm afraid of something here. I'm afraid of losing something, or I'm afraid of losing myself maybe. I'm not exactly sure what that is though. It's not like I have such a great solid sense of self either way, I'm quite a fluid person, or I just imagine myself, I like to think of myself as quite a fluid person, but yeah, I'm not sure, I'm not sure what's going on here. I just know that I have these incredible, like physiological responses to you that I don't mind necessarily, but I want to understand better. I want to get to the bottom of it. So I guess that's what I spend most of my time doing. Kind of sounds dull, doesn't it? Just, like you're thinking about this all the time. Yeah, I actually am. I like to search for the truth. What baffles me about myself in this connection is that I want to know the truth, but I'm not going to the source of the truth. I'm not going to you, to help me figure this out, because I obviously have this to figure out with you, but I'm not going to you to figure this out. I'm just going into myself, like deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into myself, trying to figure this out. And it's kind of upsetting. It's upsetting, and it's a little bit, funny as well. Like, I know exactly what I need to do to understand things better, and to like understand this relationship better, and understand where I stand with this relationship. But I'm not going to the source of that. I would rather like combust into myself to understand this relationship better, just by doing it all on my own. And I guess it's just my individuality popping in here. But yeah, I'm not sure like where do we stand right now either. Like that's again something that I am thinking about late at night a lot, and I sometimes think about calling you up and just being like, hey, what's up? Like what are we now? Like I still feel very drawn to you. I still want something more with you. I still, I don't want us to just be friends. I don't want this relationship to just be acquaintances, to just be a friendship. But I don't know what else you want. What would you want out of this connection as well? Like, where do you want to go? What do you want to be? Do you want this relationship to go places? I feel like I would not be able to accept you not wanting something in this connection though. So I feel like that's maybe why I'm not asking, because I cannot accept you not wanting something more with me. I feel like I just had a breakthrough, just like, whoa, I just understood something about myself here. And that's something that does happen a lot late at night, when I'm just kind of ruminating, and then I'm going to have like these certain reflections about myself, like these internal truths about myself. I really love that about reflection, about my way of thinking and the way that I figure things out about the world. But overall, like I want to know, where do you stand here? Like, what is your truth here? But at the same time, I cannot accept you not wanting something with me. Even if, our situations are weird and unclear and I don't know what else, There might be other people involved, whatever it is, just I cannot accept you not wanting to be with me, or you not wanting to have something more with me, because I feel this strong connection with you. It's just something that I cannot deny. It is something that I'm feeling in my body. It's not just something that I'm thinking, it's bodily reactions to you. I'm having like these literal weird bodily reactions to your presence, to your, what I would say is energy, because it feels like energy. It feels like being like in water, swimming in water, and my body is burning around you, and I'm having all these physiological reactions to you. So I'm not sure what is going on, but I can't fathom, just being the only weird one in this connection that is feeling this. I feel like I would just, I don't know what I would do if you were, just completely easygoing with me, if you were just like very nonchalant with me. So that's why I guess I'm not contacting you, or not being more bold in this relationship, because I want to be it's in my nature to be bold. It's in my nature to speak the truth and to be more honest and to just, kind of blabber everything out. But with you, I get tongue-tied. I get scared that what I am feeling is not going to resonate with you, and I'm just going to be left out. I'm just going to be like abandoned. I don't really want to go into that energy well. So there's a whole little can of worms we're not opening right now. I don't want to open that right now. I'm not ready to open that right now, but I don't know what we are, because I'm feeling this strong connection to you, and I don't know what we are. I feel so bonded with you. I guess we could be soulmates, kindred souls, or whatever, these things are called. We could be this to each other, because I'm feeling it even when you look at me. There's a strong attraction. There's something interesting going on there. There's some type of interesting, strong, deep passion that I can see in your eyes, and there's a questioning that I see in your eyes as well. And I would love to get to the bottom of this with you, but at the same time I can't help but feel like I'm doubting, I can't help but doubt whether it's all in my head, or whether this is just happening. I don't know how or what is the cause of this relationship. But it is something I end up wondering a lot about late at night, especially, thinking about reaching out to you and figuring this out, because sometimes I do get upset a lot, and I want to figure things out. I want to figure this relationship out. And yeah, just, I don't know. I want to figure it out, but then I don't want to figure it out. It's just, I guess I need to get clearer with myself what the heck I'm even wanting. But that's the thing, like, I kind of need you to help me figure this out, but at the same time afraid to involve you in this process with myself. But I want to look into your eyes, and I want to know the truth, but at the same time, can I trust you to tell me the truth? Do you even know what you want? Because you could be as confused as I am right now, and I would potentially say that you're also confused. You also may be unsure about what the heck is going on here, and your own feelings, and I completely understand that. Like, I completely understand that you're also not sure where this is going and what this means. Yeah. I don't know what I would want. I'm going to end it here. Like, I'm just going to speak about what I would want, and then I'm going to stop talking. I want to go to bed. I'm just tired. I want to go to bed. I want to sleep. So what I want most of all is to have a strong, spontaneous relationship. I'm very captivated by you, and I'm captivated by your passion and your wanderlust. I like it. I like how you keep me on my toes as well. I love how you're always up for a good time. And also, I love your playful side. I love how you are someone who doesn't take life too seriously, someone who's playful, someone who can really let loose and enjoy themselves. Really love that about you. So I'm just going to say that I'm very sleepy. I know, sleep is just overcoming me right now. I guess I had a long day. I'm going to go sleep, and maybe the dream state reveals something to me. I do feel like we are on a journey to getting closer to this, to just figuring out what this connection is, or at least I am getting closer to figuring out what this relationship is, even if it's just on my own. I guess I'm on the journey towards that. I'm getting sleepy. So I'm going to end it here. I love your wit. I love your mind. I love the way that your mind works. You always make me laugh, and I love that about you as well. So I am just really hopeful I get to see you more often. I get to cultivate more of a bond with you in the future. Okay, so I'm going to go sleep. I'm going to go nap. I truly, really feel like I wanna. It just feels like my head is not able to produce things anymore. So let's go. All right. So yeah, what do I want to say to you? I don't know what I want to say to you. Like meet me up, see me, like spontaneously run into me. Please do that if you can. Let's manifest our spontaneous interactions. And yeah, let's just talk more about our truth. Let's talk more about our truth. Potentially that's going to help unravel this slowly for the two of us. And I'm optimistic about that. I'm really optimistic about seeing where this adventure goes. So blessings, love, and I adore you. You're so amazing. You know, never stop being you. I love you so, so much. You're such an interesting, amazing person. I love the way you make me feel. Even if I complain about you to some people, I love the way you make me feel. Okay, I'm going to go sleep now, take care of myself, and brush my teeth. Okay. See you around. Let's manifest a spontaneous get together. Let's spontaneously run into each other. Yes, right. Those are my wishes. I'm just going to put that out into the universe. Okie doke. Okie doke. Group number 3. This has been your reading. Very interesting. Definitely feels very Sagittarius energy, especially like that moon in Sagittarius, wanderlust, enjoyment of life, truth seeking, like all of it felt very Sagittarius energy. Yeah, very, very Sagittarius-y. What do I want to reflect on here? So thank you, group number 3's person, for tuning in, for sharing your energy, for sharing your vibe. So yeah, they covered it nicely, I guess. There's this feeling of confusion here. There's this feeling of disruption. This is like the embodied disruption that your person feels with you, which is interesting. And we have this, okay, so what I want to reflect on is this person's stubbornness. So they're quite stubborn. They're very like, yeah, stubborn about their viewpoint, stubborn about what they want, stubborn about their own intuitive understanding of this connection. So there's a bit of stubbornness here, almost like a stubbornness of stepping forward / not stepping forward / calling you up and not calling you up. So there's a certain stubbornness around that. And there's overall, like, as they said, like a confusion about where you guys are and what this relationship is. Your person overall feels like they are very truth-seeking and very perceptive, very interested in understanding. With this reading, it's giving a lot of Sagittarius energy. It's also giving a lot of Gemini energy to me. It's giving a bit of Mercury energy as well. So there's like this focus on communication, order, travel, like commuting to each other, moving to each other. Yeah, like I feel like your person wants to travel with you / travel to you. What are some other late night thoughts? I feel like this person just likes to think a lot late at night. And think about your situations. I feel like they just enjoy themselves a lot with you, and they like to think back on your conversations, like to think deeper on those conversations. They're always curious, and they're always like seeking for more understanding. Although with you, I feel like they do get a bit like stuck in their little loops. I'm literally seeing a hamster like running on a hamster wheel, like it feels like this person kind of getting stuck in their own loops, and they're afraid to get out of those loops because of what they might see revealed about themselves or about their, what I'm hearing is delusions. So they're afraid some of these things that they are intuitively perceiving about the two of you could be like not true, but at the same time it is true because it is their perception. So it's kind of a wonky space to be in. Overall, it does feel like they spend their time thinking, creating art, maybe writing poetry, maybe journaling, even for some of you, figuring this out, or maybe just kind of like letting this relationship kind of spin on a back burner. As they're watching TV, they kind of like in the background are processing the connection. I feel like that does happen. That hops a lot. That happens a lot in your relationship with your person. And what I also found interesting is how sleepy they got. So that could just be a message to some of you, just maybe a confirmation about, you know, this being your person. Because it felt like, you know, they just suddenly got sleepy and they just were like, okay, I'm going to bed now. I cannot function anymore. My mental capacity is reached, and I'm just going to go brush my teeth and go sleep. So there's just this interesting type of energy that came up, which I found, you know, very, very interesting and curious. So you guys, thank you for tuning in and sharing your energy with me. This is where I'm going to finish this off for our reading today. Very interesting. Definitely interesting physiological, you know, responses to you as well. Definitely interesting to dive into this deeper. It just is, you know, from your perspective, it's maybe going to take some time for a person to be, I feel like, confident enough in themselves and trusting enough with themselves as well to kind of just reveal more aspects of how they are perceiving this relationship currently. Because they still feel like maybe they are, you know, too intense. Maybe they shouldn't reveal some things about how they are feeling. But overall, it does feel like this is a powerful connection, soulmate twin flame, even for some of you, strong kindred soul relationship, definitely, okay? So you guys, thank you for tuning in. This is where I'm finishing with this part of the reading. We're tapping into the extended 18 plus channeled late night thoughts in the Patreon extended reading. The link to that is down below. If you want to join us over there, you can follow this group or you can pick a different group for the Patreon 18 plus channeled late night thoughts of your person. So join us over there if you want more content, or if you just want to also like hear about their more sexy erotic fantasies and thoughts about you. I'll see you all there if you want to. The link is below. If you're leaving now, thank you so much for joining us. If you want to book a personal tarot reading, the Etsy shop is linked down below. Thank you so much for tuning in. Anything else I want to say? Yeah, I just want to thank you all, y'all. Why am I getting a little bit Texasy? Thank you all for connecting, and thank you for sharing your energy, and thank you for subscribing, and thank you for liking this video, and thank you for commenting down below. Really helps this channel grow a lot and helps the channel out a lot here on YouTube. So thank you so much for being here and for sharing your thoughts and your energy. And yeah, I also want to thank all of you who have been donating to this channel. It really means a great deal. So thank you all so much for supporting me and my work through all, you know, kinds of things that you do. Even if it's just commenting or liking this video, it means a great deal and helps the channel immensely. So thank you all for being here. I love you all. Hope you have a beautiful day or night whenever you're listening to this reading, and I'll talk to you very soon in the next one. Have a beautiful day. Bye. Namaste.